who, what, why, where, when saddles, and how to select the right one for you. Now, as far as split nose saddles go, what's up, Trainiacs? Very quick video today because I just got in from a 30-hour saga of flying yesterday and I had a bad Larabar this morning. I don't feel very good. So today we're going to talk what's in this box, and I really hope that what's in this box is what I think is what's in this box, because otherwise I got to come up with an entirely new video idea. What I believe is in this box is a set of COBB cycling saddles. Now, I assure you, this video is not just an unboxing video. I want to talk saddle selection in general. Whew, good, okay. Saddle selection in general, because comfort in the saddle is what's going to keep you on your bike. The more time you spend on the bike, the faster you're going to get on your bike. And it's quite counterintuitive that the most comfortable saddle isn't at all the cushiest saddle. I would actually argue that the cushiest saddle that you can get is probably one of the worst saddles that you can get, because doing this 100 times every single minute, when there's a lot of stuff smashed in there, there's a lot of stuff that's rubbing on your parts. So the most comfortable saddles are saddles that fit you well, are saddles that are structured properly for your biomechanics, are structured properly for the position that you're going to be in, whether you're on a road or a triathlon bike. All those things go into selecting a proper saddle, and we're going to talk about that today. All right. Number one, we have a COBB Tanache 55 Ironman. Look at that. It's a little Ironman with a hydration pack and a flat repair pack already mounted on the back. Thinking, COBB. This is actually the saddle that Patrick Lange used to win Ironman Hawaii 2017. And this saddle is all blinged out with M-dots because COBB just entered into a partnership with Ironman that I think that they are the official saddle of Ironman. Ooh, and then I have a surprise kit that looks like Randy Macho Man Savage would wear it. Alright, COBB, I see where you're going with this. Loud and proud. Equally loud shorts, I approve. Water bottle, drink cozy, stickers. Ooh, what's this? San Remo saddle. It's a road saddle, there. Finally, the last thing that we've got here is a bright pink 55 COBB saddle. This is very similar to the 55 saddle that they've got here. This one is for Nicole Walker, who loves pink. If you don't know, Nicole Walker is a local half Ironman and full Ironman pro that is in our training group, and she loves her pink. Now, this is going to definitely be TMI for the fellas out there. Something that I learned about saddles for ladies is like how they are built actually has a big factor on what saddle works for them. So I'm gonna give this to Nicole, and then I'll put on my earmuffs one day and we'll do a video where she talks about all of that stuff. All right, who, what, why, where, when saddles, and how to select the right one for you. It's not to say that these COBB saddles are the best saddles, because frankly, they just sent them out to me. Disclaimer, I didn't pay for them. We're giving them a try. They liked all the content that we did in Kona. They reached out and they said, hey, Patrick Lange actually just won that race on our saddle. Do you want to try it? I'm like, yeah, okay. Do you want to try several? And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So thank you, COBB. But there are some things that we can learn by comparing the different saddles that they've sent out. So number one, the width of the saddle is crucial for getting a good fit. You look at, say, the San Remo versus the Tanache. You can see right there that the nose of the San Remo is quite a bit more narrow than the nose of the Tanache. And even on the saddle area, like the back, the seat area of the San Remo isn't nearly as meaty as the seat area of the Tanache. Like look at how much you got going on there versus how much you got going on there. How you can check that out is your bike shop should have this setup where you go and you sit on, it's kind of like memory foam. And in that memory foam, when you sit down on it, there will be indents where your sit bones are, and then they'll take a scale ruler basically, and they'll see how wide your sit bones are. And from that, they'll determine how wide a saddle you need. And then in addition to that, comparing these two saddles, you can look at the curvature. So look at the curvature of the San Remo here. It's basically straight once you get off of the little hump here from the seat area. Like all of that is more or less straight, which is almost identical to the saddle that I've got on my Cervelo S3. However, with the Tenace, you look at this and you can see that there's a curve almost the entire way. There's almost no part of it that's dead straight. How it was explained to me at the bike shop is that there's something in your back called, I think it's thoradosis, where there's curvature in your back and you want to mimic that curvature and basically accept that curvature with a curved saddle. I don't have that, so I tend to go with a fairly flat saddle. Now, as far as split nose saddles go, these have been all the rage in triathlon for, I don't know, I would say almost 10 years or so. These two saddles are more intended for a road bike, whereas this full split nose saddle, where the split goes all the way to the end, has been really common, popularized largely by the ISM Atimo saddle, which is what I have on my bike. However, what I will say about these split nose saddles is that in my experience, the Atimo saddle is incredibly finicky to figure out the exact right spot to make it work and not be like brutally uncomfortable. Is that going to happen with the COBB? I don't know. Getting the right spot fore and aft, that's forward and backward, over top of, Pete, settle down. What you have on saddles is a lot of tick marks to figure out exactly the right spot for you. Over top of your cranks is critical. In my experience, like a 1 to 2 millimeter change is the difference between incredibly uncomfortable and just right, baby. Quick little mention, that's a cool thing. Doesn't really have to do exactly with saddles, but the most aerodynamic spot if you're using round bottles on a tri-bike has been found to be right in behind the saddle. So it's kind of cool that they have that fully integrated already. And even here with the bike repair kit bag, because it's basically aerodynamically invisible in the wind, in behind your butt. Especially, I think, if you got a big wide butt like me. So number one, get the right saddle. Number two, figure out where that saddle position is. If you can't do it on your own, what I would recommend you do is find a bike shop like mine at Alter Ego where they do what's called saddle pressure mapping. And what we've done over at Alter Ego is there's a pad that goes onto the saddle and it measures how much pressure is on the saddle. And what you don't want is like extremely high pressure there and no pressure there. You want it evenly spaced over the saddle. I haven't done a video on that, but hit the like button below if you'd be interested in me when I start setting these saddles up, going and doing a video on that saddle pressure mapping system so that you understand what it is, and then you can call around to your local bike shop and see if they can do that. So don't go and get yourself a big cushion saddle. Do go to your local bike shop and get fitted for the right saddle, and then get that saddle in the right position, and you will have a lot of comfort on the bike. Take that comfort, go bike a lot, and be fast.
Ready? Be fast.